Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to what's making news today, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And what a beautiful day, boy, especially compared to yesterday. Beautiful sunny skies. Clouds did kind of roll in late this afternoon, and we did see some breezes pick up in some areas, but all in all, it was a beautiful spring day today. But get ready for tomorrow because we are going to see plenty of wind. A sustained wind out of the northwest and west, 15 to 25 miles an hour. And you folks in the Columbia Basin and also Waterville Plateau, you could see gusts between 30 and 45 miles an hour. And boy, with our temperatures only around 50, it is going to be a cool one tomorrow, but much warmer as we get into next week, and we'll talk more about that coming up a little bit later on. And now here are a few of the stories that we're following for you tonight. Officials say a fire started by a property owner who was burning brush and vegetation in an attempt to clear a defensible space ignited a 20-acre brush fire south of Chelan yesterday afternoon. A 34-year-old Wenatchee man who was the suspect in an earlier vehicle pursuit was arrested jogging along the Columbia River yesterday afternoon near downtown Wenatchee. And a charter bus crash in Grant County that injured more than 50 people in 2018 has yielded a personal injury award for 4 of those passengers. But first, our top story tonight, a 67-year-old Westport man was hospitalized after the minivan he was driving veered off Highway 97 near Sun Cove early last night and then crashed into an orchard windmill. Orondo firefighters responded to the accident just after 6 p.m. along with Ballard Ambulance, Douglas County Sheriff's Office, and the Washington State Patrol. Richard J. Shane was transported to Central Washington Hospital where he was in satisfactory condition this morning. The accident happened about a mile south of Sun Cove, north of Doroga State Park. State Patrol Trooper John Bryant said there were no signs that Shane was impaired, and the cause of that crash is still under investigation. Officials say a fire started by a property owner who was burning brush and vegetation in an attempt to clear a defensible space ignited a 20-acre brush fire south of Chelan yesterday afternoon. Numerous agencies responded to assist Chelan Fire and Rescue as winds quickly spread the brush fire burning along the Little Butte Ranch Road area. Chelan Fire and Rescue Chief Mark Donnell said the first call on the fire came at 4 p.m. and firefighters arrived to find the 1 to 2 acre fire being driven uphill in a draw by strong winds. Additional regional, local, state, and federal firefighters were called in from throughout the region. A total of 25 personnel had the fire under control just before 7 p.m. It's now the second brush fire along Little Butte Road this year. On March 21st, a burn pile started a 2-alarm fire in the same area that was held to about 3 acres. A 34-year-old Wenatchee man who was the suspect in an earlier vehicle pursuit was arrested jogging along the Columbia River Thursday afternoon near downtown Wenatchee. Wenatchee police say an officer had attempted to pull over a vehicle with expired tabs and equipment violations when the driver fled erratically through downtown. The officer ended the pursuit over concerns for public safety, but police say Mark Brian Sass was later spotted along the river near Pybus Public Market. Sass had outstanding warrants that included failure to register as a sex offender and escape from community custody. In addition, he now faces charges of felony eluding, driving with a suspended license, and reckless endangerment. He is currently lodged in the Chelan County Jail. Well, a charter bus crash in Grant County that injured more than 50 people in 2018 has now yielded a personal injury award for 4 of them. The bus carrying University of Washington band members to the Apple Cup football game in Pullman rolled off the icy highway near George. Passengers on the bus, which had no seat belts, suffered bruises, broken bones, and PTSD. The 4 band members who sued in King County Court will split a jury award of almost $1.5 million. The most seriously injured, who was thrown from the bus and suffered spinal injuries, will receive about 1/3 of that total. Coming up next, Chelan County PUD crews suspect a power outage that hit about 1,500 Wenatchee customers yesterday was wind-related. Washington apple exports are declining amid pandemic shipping challenges. Chelan County's misdemeanor court is offering people that are convicted a chance to lower the amount of their existing fines and fees. And legislation from 12th District State Senator Brad Hawkins to require wildfire coordination between electric utilities and state agencies has now passed both chambers in Olympia. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
At Winco, we do everything to save you money. Winco.
As our students return to learn, the need is great for all positions in the Wenatchee School District. Can you see yourself in these hallways? Or helping support students? Maybe you're an excellent office administrator or educator, or you have a love of sports. The Wenatchee School District is now hiring all levels of positions. You can make the difference in the life of a student and in your own life. Apply now at wenatcheeschools.org.
At Winco, we're working to save you money. Every aisle, every department, every day. Winco.
If you're like me, you're already dreaming about the summer, enjoying it with friends and family in the backyard. Don't get discouraged with the chilly breeze of spring just yet. There is still work to be done, and the warmer temperatures are just around the corner. If you've been thinking about when to get your backyard ready for summer, come on down to Blue Lagoon, now scheduling pool openings. Ask us why we think you should open your pool sooner rather than later. Call today. Scheduling is filling up fast.
Welcome back. In another news, Chelan County PUD crews suspect a power outage that hit about 1,500 Wenatchee customers yesterday was wind-related. PUD spokesperson Rachel Hansen said power was knocked out at about 4 p.m. in the west central area of the city and not fully restored until about 3.5 hours later. The areas without power included Cherry Street between Western Avenue and Canal Boulevard, and from 5th Street at Western to number 2 Canyon. Washington fruit exports may face an uphill climb against pandemic pressures this year. Apple growers in the state have shipped out about 752 million pounds of apples from the current crop to overseas markets. That's a big number, but industry watchers say it's down 20% from last year. There are several factors, including the COVID-19 pandemic, a 50% Chinese tariff on apples and cherries, and bottlenecks at shipping ports in the U.S. and Asia. At this rate, less than a quarter of this season's Washington apples may be headed to foreign markets. That's the lowest figure in almost 20 years. Chelan County's misdemeanor court is offering people that are convicted a chance to lower the amount of their existing fines and fees. The limited time debt relief program allows those owing money to the court to see if they qualify for discounts, but they must apply between April 15th and May 31st. You can contact the district court for its probation program or the Armada Collection Service to find out more. Legislation from 12th District State Senator Brad Hawkins to require wildfire coordination between electric utilities and state agencies has now passed both chambers in Olympia. The House of Representatives approved the Senate Bill 5158 unanimously on Thursday, 98-0. The bill adopts recommendations from a state task force on how local utilities should coordinate with the Department of Natural Resources on fire incidents. Utilities and PUDs in Washington often lose millions of dollars of equipment and infrastructure to wildland blazes, and sometimes their transmission lines have contributed to those fires. Hawkins' bill received an amendment in the House, meaning it needs one more vote in the Senate to ratify its passage. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, tonight's feature story and your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
It's the huge grand opening of Click It RV in Moses Lake. Click It RV and the RV manufacturers have joined together to offer huge incentives and savings.
You guys gotta beat the spring rush and get in here now.
Everything is coming up zero, with zero down, zero payments for 90 days, zero worries, lifetime warranty, and zero for a solar panel with any RV purchase. It's a 000 grand opening going on now at Click It RV in Moses Lake. And get into Click It RV for parts, service, new and used during this huge grand opening sale.
Be a winner like me and get to Click It RV.
Hi, this is Brian Snyder with BlackRock Asphalt Services here in Wenatchee, your local BlackRock seal coat company. Have you looked at your driveway or parking lot lately? Is it gray and oxidized? Does it have cracks that have not been taken care of? Or do you have striping that is pretty much non-existent? Please give us a call locally here, 509-665-9769. Learn more at BlackRockAsphaltSealCoating.com.
Family roles change with time. You may find yourself being an unpaid caregiver to a loved one. Caregiving can be rewarding, but also stressful. Taking care of yourself is vital. Aging and Adult Care of Central Washington has low or no cost services for unpaid caregivers, such as in-home support, care supplies, and counseling. Connect in your local area by calling Aging and Adult Care at 800-572-4459 and mention you're interested in caregiver support.
Welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. In tonight's feature story, we'll know Monday if rising COVID-19 infection rates in Chelan and Douglas counties will put us back to phase 2 of the state's pandemic recovery plan. The change is automatic if larger counties like Chelan reach a case rate of 200 per 100,000 residents or higher, or if smaller counties like Douglas hits 100 per 100,000 over a 14-day period. Right now, both counties are well over those metrics. Governor Jay Inslee said yesterday that COVID-19 variant strains and lax use of masks and social distancing are likely to blame.
Both the number of infections and the number of hospitalizations is going up. We have concerns about that. As you know, Monday we will be evaluating the status of counties. We're concerned about several counties that may be in a situation to go back to phase 2. We will have more to say about that Monday, but whatever happens, this will be dictated by the numbers by COVID, and we'll be evaluating that in the next several days. The reason for this rebound of these cases, we believe, is a combination of two things. Number one, there are more variants in our state. Those have been confirmed. The percentage of variants are in double digits of at least 2 variants in our state. And this is obviously concerning because at least one of these variants, there's evidence to believe, is more transmissible and potentially more fatal. Second, we're concerned that we all have been delighted by the daffodils and we've let down our guard to some degree. And the more folks that aren't wearing a mask, the more folks that aren't socially distancing, the more karaoke parties we have, like I read about in a county south of here that has now had a spike in part of that. This letting our guard down is really, really dangerous, and we believe it is one of the reasons these numbers are increasing. So this is a critical moment, as it has been all year, to remain committed to those non-pharmaceutical interventions. The vaccine's great, but if these numbers skyrocket, that vaccine is not going to bail us out. Other states now are seeing skyrocketing. Michigan, of exponential increase. We just do not want our state to get into that situation. So we hope people will be careful. We hope people will get vaccinated. You can go to vaccinelocator.doh.wa.gov. It's one of the most effective ways to find a vaccine. It's been widely shared. And we hope everybody will continue to pitch in.
Let's switch gears now and take a look at our beautiful north central Washington weather forecast. Well, at least next week. We'll get to what's happening tomorrow in a second, but it was a gorgeous day today out there. Beautiful early spring day as we look down at the Wenatchee Valley from our 4K camera that's up on Wenatchee Heights, called our cross camera, and brings us all of these gorgeous shots. Light clouds or high clouds early this afternoon. We did see an increase in clouds late today, and that's all ahead of a storm system that is moving in, and we'll talk about that in a second. High temperature though today, it wasn't bad out there, a few degrees below where we should be unofficially. 59, 61 is our normal. 32 is where we started, so boy, it got down there, and it's going to get even chillier as we get into the weekend. 40 is our normal low temperature. 78, beautiful on this date in 2016. That's our record high. Record low 28, and that was in 1972. Sunrise this morning 6:23, and sets for us this evening at 7:42. Let's take a peek now at that Saturday, and I'll tell you what, we have big weather changes coming overnight and into Saturday. Our temperatures are going to cool off of at least 10 degrees tomorrow. It's going to be windy out of the northwest, 15 to 25 miles an hour, maybe gusts to 30. Look at these highs: 49 in Wenatchee, 45 for Lake Wenatchee, 51 in Chelan, and 52 the high temperature tomorrow in Omak. So as you can see, all of us well below where we should be for this time of year. Tonight we can expect cloudy skies. That's when this system, and here it is right here, slides across Canada, and that'll bring us about a 30% chance for mainly overnight showers. This is about 10 o'clock, and here it is about 3 a.m. Saturday morning. So will it come over the Cascades and bring us some rain? That's what we'll have to wait and see. One thing we do know, going to be a windy one on Saturday all over central and eastern Washington, back into Montana. Winds out of the west 15 to 25 miles an hour, and as we mentioned, much cooler for tomorrow. In fact, temperatures only in the 30s and 20s in parts of the Cascades. By Sunday then, things start to stabilize a little bit. We'll see sunny skies, calm winds, and it will be warmer as high pressure then begins to take over our weather pattern. And boy, it will with a vengeance as we get into Monday. Get ready for a nice warming trend. Temperatures back to normal on Monday, and that means temperatures about 60 to 61 degrees, and we're going to go up every day this week from there. Sunny and warmer on Tuesday. Look at all of the clear skies up and down the west coast. Highs on Tuesday here in north central Washington, mainly into the mid 60s, and as we get into hump day Wednesday and even the end of our forecast, unseasonably warm with sunny skies. We're talking 68 degrees on Wednesday, and even a little bit warmer than that, I think, as we get to Thursday. Probably our best shot to see 70 degrees next week will be on Thursday with all of these clear skies and a big dome of high pressure right over the Pacific Northwest. It's going to make for a beautiful week next week. Let's take a look now at your 7-day forecast. Tonight, our low temperature will get down to 33 degrees, 49 on Saturday. It's just going to be a miserable day out there tomorrow. And look at our low temperature, 28 degrees. Watch out for that very delicate vegetation that you may have in your yard on Saturday night. Warmer on Sunday and 56, 60 Monday, 64 on Tuesday. And look at those temperatures on Wednesday and Thursday, 68 Wednesday and almost 70 as we get into Thursday. And that's a look at your local weather forecast. Coming up next, tonight's sports report with Eric Granstrom and more as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Mary Maids of Wenatchee has been professionally cleaning and sanitizing homes and businesses in north central Washington since 1998. Mary Maids uses commercial-grade cleaners and viricides. Mary Maids has implemented additional safety and sanitation protocols. They are strictly following CDC guidelines for the safety of their clients and employees. For expert help with cleaning and sanitizing your home or business, call or look up Mary Maids of Wenatchee to schedule your free estimate today.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Friday to you. A Kashmir cross-country athlete has made this week's WIAA Athlete of the Week list. Rob McManus was selected at the completion of his cross-country season. McManus has been unbeaten this spring, and he most recently won the North Central Region Individual Cross-Country Championship, beating the second-place runner by over 32 seconds. Congratulations to Rob. Well, the spring sports schedule gets underway this weekend across North Central Washington. We will have soccer live on television tomorrow as the Wenatchee Panthers host the Moses Lake Chiefs at Leiboftel Field of the Apple Bowl. Sebastian Moronga and Matt Wisen have the call beginning at 1 o'clock with a pregame at 12:50. Also, the rest of the opening day schedule tomorrow looks like this. Eastmont hosts Chelan at 11. Kashmir travels to Wahluke, while Quincy entertains Cascade and Brewster's at Ephrata. Each of those games get underway at 11 o'clock. Boys and girls tennis also serves up its season starting tomorrow. 9 a.m. starts have Eastmont hosting Ephrata, Omax at Tenasket, and Quincy's on the road to Wahluke. Eastmont will then host Chelan at 11. Ephrata will cross the river to the Wenatchee Racket Athletic Club to face Wenatchee at 2 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. Well, 2 starts in and 2 shaky outings for former Wenatchee Apple Sox pitcher Marco Gonzalez with the Mariners so far. Marco was touched for 7 runs on 9 hits, including 2 more home runs in yesterday's 10-2 loss at Minnesota. So far in 2 starts, Gonzalez' ERA is 10.42. He's allowed 5 home runs. No one is more frustrated than Marco right now.
Yeah, no, definitely frustrated. Today's outing didn't go like I planned. I thought I made some good pitches. Didn't quite execute when I needed to, and I got myself into trouble with a couple of their bigger hitters. So, frustrated to say the least.
Manager Scott Service says he's confident in Marco's work ethic and his ability to find his way through his current struggles.
We had something going there. We get the early lead. We get the bases loaded, and Marmo hits the line drive right at the right fielder. He makes a good catch, and they come back and go to work on Marco there. So kind of shift the momentum at that point. And later in the game, I thought we had a chance to get back in it against Barrios as well. And we had got picked off. A really good pickoff play by those guys at second base. So obviously it's been a struggle here early in the season, the first 2 outings anyway for Marco, kind of getting his flow going. And obviously everything is predicated off command of the fastball. And today left the changeup up for a 3-run homer, and then cutter up to Buxton for another homer there. So I know he's frustrated by it. One thing I know about Marco is he's as good a competitor as we have in here, and he will grind it out and certainly get better next time out. The off-speed pitches, they're getting hit, and oftentimes they are set up by commanding the fastball and getting them on the fastball, or very conscious of the fastball. It's on the inner part of the strike zone, certainly against right-handed hitters. He just hasn't had that. That's what he was really good at last year, probably the best in the league at locating that ball in on righties, and it just hasn't been there for him. And when you go into the secondary pitches and you haven't established inside, they become a little bit easier to square up. That's what I'm seeing. We're all trying to help him figure it out right now. But like I said, he'll grind through it. He'll get after it, and hopefully be better next time out there.
Offensively, Ty France continues to hit well. He went 2 for 4 with an RBI. Jose Torrens 3 for 4 with a run and a double. Jose Marmoleos also with a dinger. Seattle has the day off today before resuming the schedule in Minneapolis tomorrow morning at 11:10. Yusei Kikuchi will go up against Michael Pineda. Well, Seattle's lost some ground in the American League West with yesterday's loss. David Fletcher's 2-run single in the top of the 11th gave the Angels a 7-5 win over Toronto. Since the Blue Jays are not allowed into Canada, their home games are being played at their spring training facility in Florida. They'll eventually be back in Buffalo later this season. In Houston, Carlos Correa, Yordan Alvarez, and Jose Altuve went deep in the Astros' 6-2 win over Oakland. Houston's off to a 6-1 start to lead the division by a game and a half, or make that a game over L.A., 2.5 games over Texas, and now 3 in front of Seattle. Well, the puzzle pieces keep falling into place for the Seahawks and John Schneider and Pete Carroll. Seattle was able to sign free agent defensive end Kerry Hyder away from the Niners on a 3-year, $16.5 million contract. Hyder says he's always eyed Seattle as a place he'd like to play.
Throughout my time in the league, you always hear rumbles about different organizations and their culture and stuff like that. I've always been kind of drawn to the organization, and when I had the opportunity, I just, I kind of jumped on it, and I was just really excited that it was, presented to me.
Hyder's coming off his best season of his 6-year career with 8.5 sacks for San Fran. He says what makes the difference for him is playing time and team's belief in his abilities.
I would say it was really the opportunity. A couple years ago, I had a big sack season also, but it's just the plays, being to be able to play and not kind of be a spot duty player and just the coaches trusting in you and allowing you to play. I think that's just what helped it. I always felt like I could rush and felt like I could play well. I just felt like the right coach had to believe in me and allow me to play.
Hyder came out of Texas Tech in 2014, went undrafted. He made the practice squad with the Jets before moving on to Detroit to earn playing time. He says he's excited for the next phase of his NFL journey.
I feel like I embraced that journey. It was a lot of ups and downs, but I've prepared for every moment, especially this one. I'm so excited to be a part of a group I can add to. I can add leadership. I can add play on the field. I just, feeling wanted and someone bringing you in, that's what I've been yearning for, respecting the league. And being able to accomplish that is big, but, I just got to continue to stack days with my teammates and get better at it. I got a lot of football left in me, that's for sure.
Now, let's watch some highlights of his 2020 season with the Niners. Seahawks fans, I think you're going to be a little excited. Yeah, welcome to Seattle, Kerry Hyder. That's sports news. Have a great weekend. Be safe and sane. See you on Monday. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Eric. And now let's check in with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. I should say Monday morning on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thanks, Grant. Join me for Monday's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We will have highlights from weekend soccer action. We'll be leave off the field at the Apple Bowl, as you know by now, to cover the Chiefs and the Panthers. In boys soccer, we'll have highlights for you. On Monday, we'll have what looks to be a pretty nice weather forecast as well for you on Monday morning, guide you through the rest of the week, and also whatever news develops over the weekend. We'll keep you informed. Everything you need to start your next work week will come your way Monday morning, and we will be live right here at 7 a.m. from Studio 9 in downtown Wenatchee. Grant, back to you.
Thank you very much, Dan. And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks for joining us, and have a great night.
Come on, I'm a certified technician. I was trained to take good care of you.
9. I've only been to the dealer.
I've been coming here for years. These guys are great.
Look around. The BMW, the Jag, the Volvo, they're all waiting for regular service. Well, the BMW has a little computer issue, but that's nothing we can't handle. Come on in.
From regular maintenance to computer troubleshooting, trust the Global Car Care technicians with your import, diesel-powered, or domestic vehicle. Global Car Care. They speak your car's language.
Dankeschön. Hi, Stephen DeVilbiss here, Branch Manager of Beneficial and Home Care. We are an equal opportunity employer and we do not discriminate in employment or services. It is our mission to maximize our clients' physical health and sense of mental well-being while remaining in the comfort of their home. We are currently seeking professional caregivers who share our mission to help our clients live safely and comfortably at home. Call Beneficial and Home Care. Schedule your interview today. 509-663-7900.